Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Richmond International Raceway for the ninth race of the 2018 NRSL Manadoo for the Win Cup Series. We're here for 120 laps of short track action after a caution-free short track race last week at the Dodge Motordrome, where Andrew Rich captured his third win on the season and his second straight. Now, Dodge clearly showing that they are the top manufacturer this season with 4 wins so far in 8 races. Second on that tally is Ford with 3 wins between 3 drivers, all from the same team. Go Fast Petty Enterprises, Johnny Gardner, Zachary Fitzwater, and Quentin Moore all with wins, and that leaves out the lone Chevy winner, rookie Joshua Osborne. Now, coming into today's race, the points leader is now Andrew Rich off his win. Interesting statistic, 3 of Rich's wins are 3 of his 4 top 5s. Rich has no top 10 finishes that are outside the top 5, so that is an interesting stat to point out about Rich. Gardner, second in points, drops down to second from first. Deanna Jones still third. Osborne rises to fourth, while Seth Cole drops to fifth. And now, to make it even more interesting, the pole sitter for today's race is the 53 car of Andrew Rich. That Tide machine looking for what could be its third straight win. In all my time of doing offline racing, I have seen that done once. Also, in all of my time of offline racing, the most wins I've ever seen in a season is 4, which I saw in a 40 race season. Andrew Rich is 1 win away from that score, and we're only a quarter of the way into the season, so that could be interesting to see if I finally get someone who has 5 or more. But before we go to the starting lineup, let's go trackside.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the cars come off a pit road, starting beside, Andrew Rich is last week's pole sitter, Emmanuel Hartnett. Row 2 is Seth Cole and Philip Goldberg. Goldberg, who had a win at Bristol last year. Alex Gray, Philip Parker in row 3. Cole Deaver, Mark Riggleman in row 4. With Johnny Gardner and Jessica Shelton in row number 5. Deanna Jones starts in 13th place. Last year's winner, Nate Rogers, starts 28th. I'm sorry. 28th. Teammate Nico Tringali starts 15th. And I will probably go over a lot of other names throughout this race. Green flag is out here at Richmond for 120 laps of action. Emmanuel Hartnett with a really bad start is going to drop straight to third already, losing a ton of ground to the pole sitter Andrew Rich. Seth Cole moves straight up into second place, and Alex Gray will reside in third. Now, this race did give us some cautions last year. Similar package this year, we might see a similar result. But Seth Cole moves up into second place. Gray third, Cole Deaver fourth. Gardner now fighting to hold on to fifth, but William Brock is going to get the preferred line on the bottom. Deanna Jones already into the top 10. Tringali into the top 10 as Hartnett, Goldberg, Parker continue to drop. Diego Yepes is looking to get into the top 10. DJ Curtis behind him. And as the Dodge leads the 9th race of the season, I said it before the call came to start the engines. Dodge with 4 wins, Ford with 3, and Chevy with 1. Toyota and Audi, since we do have a 5th manufacturer, are the 2 manufacturers without wins yet this season. Audi kind of holds what Dodge had last year. Dodge had 3 drivers, only 1 of which won. Audi has 2 drivers, which showed this driver have his best chance at Texas. His strategy would have worked perfectly, but another car got in the way on pit road, and that held the 84 down as they had to get a tow all the way around the track due to NRSL procedures, and it cost them 6 laps. So Tringali moves up to 5th. This is where teammate Nate Rogers won last season, the 2 of which were teammates on a Chevy-based team. Driving the 8 was Tringali. Driving the 89 was Nate Rogers. But now Tringali will get passed by Deanna Jones, who has been on a hot streak along with Seth Cole, looking for her second win of the season. And as she moves up to 5th, let's talk about DJ Curtis. This guy showed that he had speed winning at New Hampshire and I believe Springfield back in 2017, but he has not shown it this year so far. And it looks like Richmond is one of those tracks where he will get to show that kind of talent that this driver has here. Along with the 11 of Charles Jackson, who won 2 races in last year's chase, has also remained winless since. And now him moves up to 9th. Dylan Young up to 10th, right on his back bumper. Looking at our ticker, Andrew Rich is pulling away from Seth Cole. It is only lap 9. Last year we had somebody dominate the most part of the beginning of this race, only for them to not win the race. Dylan Young moves up to 9th. Matthew McIntyre will move up to 10th as Curtis begins to fall back. Tringali sits in 6th. Jones 5th. Deaver 4th, trying to get his way around Alex Gray in 3rd, who also has been showing some decent runs as of late, notably Texas and last week at the Motordrome. 10 laps in though, Seth Cole sits in 2nd place. Gained a little time that time by. He might have the long run advantage on Andrew Rich, but Rich has shown that he is not to be trifled with. 3 wins on 3 different circuit types: Daytona, an SS, Texas, a speedway, the Dodge Motordrome, a short track. All he's got left eluding him is a road course victory. But we don't go to a road course for another month or so. Let's take a look at the back end of the field. Oh, and there's cars stopped on the front stretch. Nate Rogers and Michael Amato. Rich slows down. Caution should be out. It looks like, oh, Philip Goldberg has heavy front end damage. Alexander Rowe, Osborne had slowed up James Shelley with side door damage. Philip Parker, Mark Riggleman, Jessica Shelton, a couple of drivers who started up front all the way in the back. As the caution's out, ooh, and Gardner and teammate Fitzwater Sr. are rubbing doors. Not sure if they know who was supposed to be where. Oh, McIntyre and Yepes rubbing doors as they're trying to sort out where they're supposed to be running. As everybody except, oh wait, he's a lap down. Everyone except Nate Rogers comes down pit road, but Nate fell a lap down under the caution. That allows Rich to get a decent chunk of space between him and Seth Cole. Let's take a look and see what exactly brought out the yellow flag. Now this had been going on for a little bit, it seems. Goldberg is 3 wide with John Arndt and Michael Amato. And 3 wide isn't really a thing to do at a short track. Richmond's got the space in the corners, but I think something happens here. And we saw the door damage on the 1. I'm guessing he gets involved here somewhere. This is, by the way, this is back near 25th. Let's see, they go into the corner, and oh, Cody Hagan gets his nose near the left rear end of Amato. And I think that gets Amato a little loose. That's going to send Amato up. Oh, right in the Goldberg, right at the last second. Boom, there they go. And look at this. Amato goes head first in the outside wall. What a lick. Goldberg gets heavy damage. James Shelley gets massive damage. And then you see all the cars are just jolting to the bottom. Philip Parker gets a clip of this. And then it looks like Nate Rogers just has nowhere to go. And Amato's car is dead. He nailed that wall, and you can see Nate is just trying to get by. Ooh, and Osborne is going to clip the 24, and that blocks the 83 even further. Let's take an onboard with Michael Amato. Here it is in real time on board the 24 of Michael Amato. And a vicious lick for the 2-time winner from 2017. Let's take it to the race restart. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing. Philip Goldberg and Michael Amato are out of the race. Nate Rogers is 1 lap down. He's going to be restarting here on the bottom. This could shake things up on this restart. Andrew Rich is your race leader. Seth Cole is 2nd. Deanna Jones is up to 3rd. Dylan Young 4th. Alex Gray 5th. Nico Tringali 6th. Oskin 7th. Qualls 8th. John Nunn 9th. with Charles Sanford 10th. That's 3 of the 4 Dodgers in the top 10. And Zach Rogers sits in 12th place. He is up here too. Remember, Rogers almost won at Las Vegas until he got passed late by the 70 of Osborne. 17 laps complete. Gonna restart with 103 remaining. Green flag is back out. Is that the first of many yellows to come, or will we resume green flag racing? Now Rich will clear Nate Rogers right away, and it looks like Seth Cole's going to get put up high by the 29 of Deanna Jones. Nate Rogers did pit, and he is right on the bumper of Andrew Rich, trying to get his lap back for another caution flies. Jones has moved up to second, but here comes Alex Gray. Zach Rogers falls back now. Gray, Tringali, Qualls moving forward along with Oskin. Ooh, Sanford gets a little loose there, and here comes Auto Club winner Fitzwater Sr. Up through the ranks, lots of jostling going around here. There is the 88 of Alex Ferranti, who got that second place finish at Martinsville. He's trying to make his way up through the field as we have 100 laps to go now, officially 1/6 of the way through this race. Peter Sands is trying to make his way up through the field too. This is for 20th right here. Oh, and John Nunn makes contact with Charles Jackson, and they saved it. Peter Sands is down in the grass. When he come back up fast, John Nunn, that was insane right there. Jackson gets into the 9, nearly spins him out. Nunn somehow saved that. That was incredible. And he still sits in 19th place. Zach Rogers gets by his teammate, team owner right there. He saw that. He was like, well done. So the cautions are not done as Seth Cole has fallen outside the top 10 since the restart. Dylan Young now about to do the same. Here's Quentin Moore, your Martinsville winner. Deanna Jones was up to second. She's falling back. Oskin seems to have gotten up there. He's starting to fall to the high side. Once you get on that high side, it seems near impossible to get back down. Richmond is not really a highline track. Qualls is up to third. This is the teammate to the 70 car. Could be looking for his first win. He's closing in on the back bumper of Alex Gray as Andrew Rich gets past Nate Rogers, unlapping himself, maybe in hopes for a caution. Remember, you get to the inside line on this racetrack, you can play strategy outright and maybe get back to the front if you have enough time left. Jessica Shelton at the back, Caleb Hoffman in the back here after his good run last week. Along with Texas, looks like that momentum has shifted. Philip Parker got the pole last week at the Motordrome, only to lose his 4-second lead pitting super late, thinking that he would have enough time to catch back up and his fresh tires would kick in. Only ended up, I think, 11th or something. As here we go, 3 wide again. James Shelley racing here in the back. Shelton rubbing the left rear quarter panel up. Eli Bright. Shelton had a very good shot at a Daytona 500 win before running out of fuel late in the going. She currently sits 26th in the standings with 1 top 10, I think? Yeah, 1 top 10. As Alex Gray has caught Andrew Rich a little bit. Charles Jackson's now falling. Zach Rogers falling again. Johnny Gardner's back here. Lots of moving around going on. Seth Cole gets back to the bottom. He's trying to make his way back up through the field, as is Deanna Jones. Alex Ferranti up to 7th place. Remember, this guy got 2nd at Martinsville. McIntyre 6th. Tringali 5th. Diego Yepes running in the top 5. This is our highest running rookie right now. Andrew Rich continues to lead as Alex Gray starts to close in a little bit, it seems. Nate Rogers pulling away with that clean air. It looks like Rich's car reacts a little differently in the draft. Gray about a tenth slower that time by. Qualls was catching, but here comes Diego Yepes in the 77. This would be for third place, and he can't quite get there. But the move is on for fifth. That's Matthew McIntyre. Rack up another rookie in the top 5. Tringali down to 6 as another rookie looms in. That's Ferranti. And another one back here, Quentin Moore, sitting in 10th place as Seth Cole continues to now again begin falling back in the field. Oh, Gray really closed in on Rich that time. It really seems like being behind a little bit of draft is messing up this 53 car's rhythm. We are a quarter of the way through the race, coming to the start of lap 34. Only one caution so far. That was 17 laps ago now. Actually 20 laps ago, considering when the caution actually did occur. So currently, trying to find things to talk about. The lowest winner is Fitzwater, who is 30th, and Quentin Moore, who is 29th. Those two are the only ones outside the top 5 in points that have won races. All the other guys that have won are in the top 5 in points, but Fitzwater and Moore, who seem to be currently one-hit wonders, they're the two that are needing to stay inside that top 30, and they're currently doing it with they might do it right now. Resetting tongue program version 1.0. Quentin Moore sits in 10th, and Fitzwater's fallen to 24th, so they're doing okay, I guess. Now Gray was closing. It seems to be kind of yo-yoing back and forth. Yepes is up to 3rd now. He's gotten by Qualls. Rich is not closing in on the 83, so he continues to pull away, really looking for a caution, I'm sure. John Nunn and Zach Rogers, who had restarted near the top 10, have fallen outside the top 30. There's Osborne. Here's Kev Shearer, someone who's shown speed, but has never gotten the finishes he's needed. Seth Cole falling back some more. Fitzwater on the move forward. Here's Tony Green, the driver who came up super short at Auto Club. By Dylan Young there. Garner still sits 12th. Aren't 11th, with Moore in the last spot of the top 10. Top 10 drivers currently running single file. All really close together. All chasing this man right here who has led every lap. Andrew Rich will lead lap 40. Let's take a ride in the cockpit of the 53 machine. Let's see what he's seeing here. Right up to 9,000 RPMs. See a little play with the throttle there, down to 6,000 coming off the corner. That's turn 2. Up to 8,500 going into turn 3. Back down to about 6,200. Comes back around the tri-oval, I guess you could call it. Let's take a look at that rear bumper camera. There is Alex Gray looming in. Looks like Yepes is actually catching up to him. Flagman watches them all pass by. Fastest lap on the day goes to James Qualls, who sits in 4th place. And it looks like Gray is still kind of inching his way to the back of Andrew Rich. Yepes falling off a 10th from Gray that time by. There's Qualls in 4th, McIntyre 5th. Ferranti made a move up to 6th. It looks like Tringali's trying to get that position back. Deanna Jones looms in. as EJ Curtis and Quentin Moore are going to begin battling for 9th, as Gardner has moved past Arndt for 11th. And here comes the move by Moore, trying to get every point he can. He will soon buy the 17 of Curtis, so still there. Still there, and he should be clear now. Yep, there it is. Quentin Moore to 9th place. Now Gardner gets that huge run since no one's to his right side. But it looks like Curtis will shut the door for now. Arndt 12th, Green 13th, Young 14th, Hagan, Hartnett, Brock, Fitzwater, Handley, and Jackson. That's the top 20 right there. Seth Cole down to 25th. There is Nate Rogers, and Alex Gray has caught Andrew Rich for the race lead. And Gray's first win came at a track last season that we are 2 races away from, and that is Kansas. So Gray looking to get what could be the first of many wins. Kansas and Daytona in the summer. Those are the 2 races Gray won. Interesting statistic, everybody. Out of the 6 super speedway winners last season, the only one to win at a non-plate track as well in his career so far has been Alex Gray. Now that was last season. However, once Andrew Rich won at Texas, he became the 2nd driver to do that. So it is somewhat fitting to see here at a short track 2 speedway winners who are also SS winners who've won at the same SS track battle for a win. So there's an interesting statistic for you. Gray drove the 46 Pilot Flying J Chevrolet last year, landed this ride with Richard Childers. Lucas Oil's come on board. Pilot Flying J has stayed with the 3 team in a more minor role. Gray's looking for any way he can to maybe get around the 53 of Andrew Rich. Diego Yepes, the current highest rookie in the field, is in 3rd. He's waiting, but here comes Alex Gray to the bottom of Rich. Rich is looking like he might just lay over here, see if he can get back down low. He probably does not want to give up a ton of positions, but it looks like that is going to be unavoidable. Yepes to the inside for 2nd. Can he get back on the gas here? That's Rich we're talking about. Before James Qualls catches up to the back of the 53. Who gets a little loose in 1. Qualls is going to get a huge run here on Rich. He'll get right to the back bumper of Rich. But Rich will hold on to 3rd for now. But Alex Gray, your new race leader, just a little before halfway here. So Yepes now stalks the 3 of Gray, who just got the lead. As Rich falls to 3rd, Qualls sits there. He's eyeing him. McIntyre sits in 5th. Alex Ferranti right on the bumper of this 95 machine. Ferranti has shown that he is very aggressive. Hendrick brought on this rookie to replace Chris Dodd, who decided to step away for a year. Unsure if Dodd will return next year in 2019, but Ferranti is showing like, hey, I can drive. I want to keep this ride if I can. Meanwhile, amongst Hendrick, Jonathan Zorlin was brought over. Amato remains after winning 2 races. Arndt won 1 race last year. Arndt still trying to prove that he belongs. Now Lowe's does back Arndt 100%. But definitely the 48 driver wants to do better. He knows this is a top tier team. Ferranti showing how fast he can really go here. Deanna Jones is up to 7th yet again. Gardner has made his way into the top 10. He sits in 9th place. There is Arndt in question, getting by Tringali along with Tony Green. That'll move Arndt back up to 11th, but for how long is the question? As we are on lap 60 of 120, halfway through the race. Rich holding on the third as Yepes stalks the back of Alex Gray. Nate Rogers continues to pull away, and we are going to take a quick break and be back for the remainder of this race. Back here at Richmond, just completing lap 65. Yepes still right on the tail of Gray, trying to become the third different rookie to win a race in 2018, a trend we thought wouldn't really happen 9 races in. Rich maintains third with Pauls right on his bumper. McIntyre 5th, Ferranti 6th, Jones, Curtis, Gardner, and more. That is the top 10 as they run. "25 minutes into this race, technically, since the command flew, 5 minutes into the race session. As we're seeing, the fall off has approached about a 1-second drop off. These drivers all pit at lap 15. So it'll be interesting to see when they do decide to pit. Pitting early, being one of the first ones to pit, seems like the ideal strategy, seeing as how there is not a lot of tire wear. Tire wear fall off, anyway. As we're going to be approaching 50 to go here in 2 laps. It seems like the drivers are getting stuck in 2-car air bubbles, in a way. Rich trying to pull away from Qualls. He does it this time. As Deanna Jones has gotten by Ferranti, who has now dropped to 9th. So Jones starting to get into her rhythm, it seems. As the field seems to be pretty much single file. Deanna Jones trying to make her way on the move. Probably is trying to just been trying to drive the car the whole run. Trying to get by McIntyre next. Curtis sits in 7th. Curtis showing a good run today. Gardner in 8th. You got pretty much your entire top 5 in points minus Osborne and Seth Cole here. So you've got 3 of the top 5 in points in the top 10 right now, that being Jones in 6th, Gardner in 8th, and Rich in 3rd. And pit stops are going to commence. Rich is going to come down. Did Alex Gray come down too? That's the question. No, he did not. So Rich pulls down first. That could be the difference maker. Alex Gray's going to come down this time. Yepes is going to stay out. Now, if we get a caution during this sequence, it could really shake things up. Yepes will lead his first lap of the race. Not sure if it's of the year. I don't pay attention that closely. McIntyre stayed out another lap with him. As Yepes will pull down. McIntyre, Gardner, Ferranti all stayed out. Fitzwater, Osborne, Shearer, Sands, Young, Seth Cole, Cole Deaver. Pretty much everybody staying out here. Oh, what's James Shelley going to do? Oh, James Shelley's going to stay out a lap. Okay. I think it was because he was on the high side of Bright. Shelley gets 3rd at the line. Where is the 53 of Andrew Rich? There's some cars coming out of pit road right there. Oh, there's Nate Rogers. Looks like he already came down. Is he still on the lead lap? I think he might have just unlapped himself. I'm not 100 on this. If we turn back one click, oh, here it is. There's Alex Gray, still in front of Andrew Rich. Looks like his pit stop was quick enough. Rich sits 2nd, Qualls 3rd, Jones 4th. And Alex Gray retains the race lead. And that was definitely their last pit stop. Anything Rich has, he's got to show it. Qualls 2nd, Jones 4th. There's Diego Yepes out of pit road in 5th. Curtis 6th, Green 7th. Moore 8th, Ferranti 9th, and Cody Hagan, I believe, is 10th. Yep, this is correct. As Jones is going to make a move on quals for third place. Dodge looking to get its 5th win in 9 races to start 2018. Oh man. Jones, I believe, pit the same lap as Rich, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wow, she got really loose that time in turn 1. That's going to allow quals to get right back under her for 3rd. It's going to let Rich and Gray pull away. Oskin down to 39th now as Nate Rogers moves up to 38th. As Mark Riggleman has fallen a lap down. So Nate Rogers is gaining some points back due to this pit cycle. Oh wow, Eli Bright way up the track there. And there is Shelley with probably the freshest tires on the racetrack. Looking to see who is where now. Anybody big lose a lot of spots? So Jessica Shelton gained a couple. She's up to 25th. There's Riggleman. He's got door damage. It looks like that's what could happen. Some incident on pit road. Crew had to repair something. Arndt's down to 18th. Here's Tringali. There's Gardner. Gardner's dropped out of the top 10. Hagan up to 10th though. Moore up to 8th. Curtis still 7th. Tony Green looks like the biggest mover. I think he was 11th. Now he's in 6th. Rich is right there. He just ran his fastest lap of the race, which is 8th on the total times. And he is all over the bumper of Alex Gray. It looks like maybe Rich has a short run car while Gray has the long run car. But Rich is all over the back of this 3 car. He wants another win. This is insane. 4 wins in 9 races would be insane, especially getting 3 straight, which I have not seen in about 3 years now. 4 years, actually, I think. It's been a long time since I've seen a 4-win season, let alone what I might see a 5-win season. But Andrew Rich is on a tear. Can he get it done? Oh, and behind them for 3rd, Jones on the move again. Deanna Jones will fly by quals for 3rd. Yepes looming in 5th. Green 6th. Our top 10 remains the same. McIntyre catching up to the back of Hagan though. So Jones with a fast car, she's maybe going to try and close into the top 2, as Rich has made his way by Alex Gray for the lead. So Andrew back to the race lead. Will most likely lead the most laps on the day. Can he pull away from Alex Gray though? That is the question. Can Deanna Jones catch them, these two? That is the bigger question. They are battling in the back here. They're going to catch them soon. Oh, they're already there. Parker, Oskin, Young, Shelley. There's Nate Rogers trying to move up to 35th. And the leaders. It looks like the winner will be decided based off a lap. Traffic getting in the way. Now, if they get held up, that would help Deanna Jones catch really well. Everybody else behind there is going to catch up too. It looks like Yepes has caught to the back of Qualls. Did he make the pass? It does not look like he has. Right now, Jones is actually gaining very minimal time. He's on basically the same tires as these two. And she lost the 10th that lap. They're running 2s again, I think, because of the draft from the traffic. They're getting a little bit of backdraft here. A front draft, I guess. Lower air resistance. As they complete lap 90, it'll be 30 to go. Only 1 caution during this race. You look at the total on the season, we have not had a multi-yellow race. We had 1 at Vegas. We had 1 at Auto Club, which was for debris, which was dumb. And that is it. Martinsville was a caution-free race because they did not bring the yellow flag to the track. So this is currently a one caution race, which would join Auto Club in Vegas. That is very interesting to look at. Rich is starting to pull away from Alex Gray. I think he's doing everything he can. Lap traffic could help Gray. He's not out of it yet. Jones is not making any headway. Everybody else behind is losing time too. Curtis has moved up to 6th, passing Tony Green, as McIntyre's gotten into the top 10. Looking at the ticker here. Philip Parker, James Shelley, even with those fresh tires, is dropping like a rock. Gosh. It must be that door damage. That door damage is really affecting that one car. Rich continuing to pull away. Gray's losing tons of time every lap. Jones was faster than Gray, at least that time by. And it looks like Curtis is still having a tough time keeping Tony Green at bay. This is for 6th place. There's Cody Hagan. Johnny Gardner trying to close in on him. TJ Hanley in 13th. Yep, that's still on the back of Qualls. So we're approaching 20 to go soon. They should be good to make it to the end. They went 60 laps, so I would presume they should be good. And here comes the move from Yepes. This is for 4th place. Yepes to the inside, and he will clear James Qualls for 4th. That's going to allow Green and Curtis to catch up. Jones gaining time that time by on race leader Andrew Rich, who is gotten by Rogers and Parker. Now here's what Gray needs. He needs these lap cars that Rich is passing to gang up on and pass Andrew Rich back. Now if that doesn't happen and Gray can't get by the lap traffic, which he just lost 3/10 almost to Rich that lap, then Rich is going to have this one in the bag, and we're going to be chalking up another one for this 53 team. It's just, it's incredible. I don't know what to say about it. I've never, and Rich, the bigger thing is that Rich was winless coming into this year, and this team is struck on gold or something. Parker, who continues to start well but not finish well, is going to get another top 30 finish. He did well last week, though, I got to admit, from the pole. He finished close to the top 10. But his starting results are not yielding the victories he needs. If we actually take a look at the standings real quick and find Parker, he's 27th in points. He has 3 top 10s, actually. Average finish is 23.5. His average start is 14th. So the 6th team, as Rich got loose. He got loose. That's going to let Parker get to his inside. That could be a very costly mistake. Nate Rogers is going to get to his inside. Gray is right here. Look at that. There goes 6/10 right there because you're on the high line. Lucky for Rich, Jones is not far back. He can recover. Oh, wow. Jones just came out of nowhere. She's really closing in. Rich is going to want to get down instead of fighting this. There it is. He gets a little more loose. Oh, Zach Rogers is on pit road. Do we have to have more pit stops still? So Rich lost the lead because of lap traffic, which is exactly what we were thinking was going to happen. Now he runs behind the 3 of Gray. And Rich is coming down pit road. And I guess these drivers can't make it. So will pitting first work or not work again? The bigger question is, are they taking tires or are they taking fuel? I don't understand how you can go 60 laps but then only go 40 laps. And Gray's staying out. This makes me understand it even less. Jones is coming down though. Yepes will stay out. So, am I looking at another? Are we looking at another fuel race? Is that what's going on? There's no one thing. If Gray pits behind a bunch of lap traffic, he is screwed. Yepes stays out. You know, a lot of these drivers are staying out. I don't understand why some people are pitting. Tony Green passing Curtis for third. Hartnett coming out of pit road. Yep, Grace staying out still. This is just like freaking Texas, except Rich is the one that pit first. I don't know who's gonna stay out to win this race. See, only a handful of drivers have pit. So I'm not understanding the logic here. You know, you put yourself 2 laps down, you put yourself in traffic, you're gonna run slower now. I don't even see if these guys are gonna pit. Like I'm not understanding this the move that Andrew Rich's crew just made for him. He's actually behind Deanna Jones. He's in 35th. 2 laps down. Gray continues to run on the racetrack. Under 10 to go. This move makes no sense. The strategy behind this is questionable. I wonder if these teams didn't chalk that car full of fuel on their last pit stop. It has only been 50 laps. You can make it. It appeared you could make it 60 laps on a tank. The 55 to 60. You know, like I'm not reading this. Six laps to go. Gray's still leading. Yepes third. Green's fourth. Curtis fifth. Moore fifth. McIntyre, Qualls, Gardner, Ferranti, Hagan. There's no sign of these guys needing to pit. It's a really questionable call, to say the least. 5 to go. They're not gonna pit, yo. They're not pitting. There's no way they have to pit. I could be wrong. There's just no sign that any of these people have to pit. The people that pit include Zach Rogers, Jonathan Sorlin, Alexander Rowe, Emmanuel Hartnett, TJ Hanley, Andrew Rich, and Deanna Jones. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars pit. 7 teams screwed up adding fuel. You know, like, why'd you pit again at the end of the race when you didn't need to? Deanna Jones' team gave up a top 5, and Andrew Rich's team gave up a top 5 because of an apparent pit mistake. And Gray is not showing the need to pit, so he's going to hit 2 to go here with a 3-second advantage on Diego Yepes. The fact that Hanley just got to his inside doesn't matter. He's too far ahead. Oh, I don't know. This is weird to me. Alex Gray's going to take the white flag. Do not understand. Going into turn 3 for the final time. off of turn 4. Alex Gray is going to get the win at Richmond in a confusing pit strategy ending. Andrew Rich dominates the race only to get, I think, 30 something, as they're going to wreck probably right here. 34th. Diego Yepes gets second, Tony Green third, DJ Curtis fourth, Quentin Moore got fifth, McIntyre sixth, James Qualls seventh, Alex Ferranti eighth, Johnny Gardner ninth, which I think he will return to the points lead now, and Cody Hagan will round out the top 10. Here's the rest of your race results. Next week we head to Talladega for 76 laps of action. That is sure to be an exciting race. That is where Zach Flickinger and John Arndt won last year. Flickinger won the first race of the year. Arndt won the one in the chase. So that'll be interesting. After that is Kansas, then Charlotte, and then Dover. But yeah, so I'll see you guys at Dega, and we'll see if the big one happens with 5 to go, or if it happens early on. We could also have another fuel strategy race like we did in the chase, which was weird, really weird. I did not understand that one. But I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoy the race today here at Richmond. Congrats to Alex Ray on the win.